Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Trez here. Welcome to the story about what happened to me and why I was falsely banned. Now, for the ones that doesn't know, I made this video like around 8 months ago to 9 months ago when I was like banned on my account falsely. The only difference is that that one was just in a nutshell. I didn't explain anything to you guys. I didn't give you guys a single information. This one, I'm gonna give you guys all the information that I have gotten, but no, there's no recording. It's just out of my own mouth. You guys get to hear my side of the story. And then, like, the next time when I get this folder, which you see on the screen, if I get that to 100, I will give you guys all the information because I get like all my clips. I get all my clips up, and I'll show you guys the entire truth. But for now, this is just gonna be me going briefly over what just happened. So yeah, and actually, I don't know if you guys said this during the YouTube Shorts, but if you guys decide to help me out by watching this video and then go to my playlist, which you can see on the screen right now, and if you go to there, every single video in the description, it will give you context. So just in case you don't understand what's going on in that clip, you can go read the context. And if you guys want to help me out, you guys can start using this hashtag, which you can see on screen, hashtag SaveTZ or hashtag TrashTZ. Well, Save TrashTZ. If you guys make the videos, not only I'll like the video, but I will also make a comment. Now, please don't be lazy with it. Don't be like making like a random video with like it's like black screen for like 5 seconds and you have a hashtag, because I'm not gonna like and comment in that case. It has to do something with you helping me out. You have to like defend me. So yeah. Um. So if you do that, it'd be amazing. And actually, the more you defend me, the better. And actually, speaking of which, I just want to say this: in the future, if you want to collab with me and you make the videos like really good, like for example, you did the hashtag save TZ and all the other stuff, and you make an amazing video, I might consider subscribing to you. So in the future, I might make a collab with you, whether if it's on this account or if I get my main account back from Roblox. Now, before I start telling you guys the story on why I'm even making this video in the first place, the reason why is because, believe it or not, ever since this innocence for literally a year straight, I've been getting nothing but harass and death threats. I mean, on the screen right now, literally somebody's out here saying that they know where I live and that they're planning on fucking killing me. And like, like what am I supposed to do with that? I don't know. It's been torturing. The amount of death threats I got, the amount of people that knows where I live. I got doxxed so many times. It even got to a point to where even if I did move out of the house, they'll still find out where I live. Like at one point, I even went to my dad's house, and I barely go to my dad's as enough. I went to my dad's, and they start threatening me while I'm at my dad's, and be like, "Oh, I know where you live," and start doxing my dad's address. I was like, "Whoa, that's my dad's address. It's not my house. I can't go anywhere because if I go to my dad's or my auntie or literally anywhere else, I'm putting my family's lives in danger as well." So I'm making this video to public to let people know that I'm innocent and I'm not the type of person to be touching kids or doing whatever they say. This video is going to be my story and my POV of the real story of how everything started. So let's start it like around a year ago, a year and a month ago. What happened is I was on Neighbors, and if you guys know me, I'm the guard angel, protector of all ages. I like protecting people. That's just what I do. And I was hanging out with my best friend, Lemon Lime, and I've been hanging out with her for months. But at that exact moment is where Brooklyn started telling me, saying like, "Hey, I know you're like best friends with Lemon, right?" I was like, "Yeah, best friends with Lemon. She's an amazing girl. Why?" And that's where she started to confess, saying, "Well, Tony might have a crush on Lemon Lime." And that's when I was like, "What?" And then that's what she said aloud. She's like, "Tony has a crush on Lemon Lime." So that's when I was like, "Oh." And next thing later, what basically proceeded to start happening is that while that was going off, basically, I didn't really care that much. I was like, okay, so what? Tony has a crush on Lemon Lime. He can date Lemon Lime. Because at the time, Tony was lying about his age, saying that he was 17 to everyone else, whatever, and that Lemon Lime was, well, 13. To find out later on that she's 14, not 13. We got their birthday wrong. We thought her birthday was in December. It wasn't in December. It was the wrong day. She was already 14. Anyway, so basically what proceeds to start happening is that basically there's continuously attacking me, whatever, for hanging out with her. Now at first it was like him attacking me for hanging out with her, for getting too close for like a month. I think it's because he was like jealous, whatever heck it was. So that's what's happening for the first month. And what happening is after like 2 weeks or 3 weeks of me dealing with this BS about him, like thinking I was dating Lemon Lime when that's not true. Brooklyn pulled me from the side and also talked to Lemon Lemon with me as well. And me, Brooklyn, and Lemon, all three of us thought of an idea and be like, oh, what if we do a prank? Like we act like the prank. Here was literally the prank is that it was gonna be me, which at the time I was 16, Lemon Lime, which she's 14, and then Brooklyn, which she was 15. And at the time, Brooklyn prank, I was to act like I'm dating Lemon, but at the exact same time, I'm also dating Brooklyn at the exact same time. Okay, and what ended up happening, okay, is when that was going on, okay, we were supposed to like here's how it went. We were supposed to like do a prank where we do it for only like a week, and a week later we're supposed to like have this fake fight, and then after the fake fight we're supposed to like blame it on Tony and say like, oh, it's your fault, Tony, you hadn't done this and blah blah stuff like that. We had like the entire thing planned out. It was supposed to be like funny. But then what ended up happening is on day one, Brooklyn kind of said it that not the prank out loud, but said that I was dating Lemon Lime out loud, which triggered Tony so much. And that's where Tony started getting a bit angry for me for dating her. And that's when I said no, I'm not dating her and stuff like that. And then that's when the second day is when he's like pissed. I was like, oh, I heard Lemon Lime and Brooklyn saying that you're dating Lemon and stuff like that. And that's when I was like, whoa, I'm not dating Lemon, which I was telling the truth. And then next and later, what it basically proceeds to happen is I left, whatever. I come back like an hour later to Lemon and Brooklyn out here like yelling, telling Tony, it's a prank, chill, it's a prank. And that's when I was like telling Brooklyn, I was like, because I went fly and I started grabbing Brooklyn. I was like, yo, Bree, what's the word? What's happening? And that's when Brooklyn started telling me, he's like, I don't know, it's just, remember I told you when Tony likes Lemon? Yeah. Well, it's just the fact that, like, he's flipping out right now. He's losing his mind. We keep telling him it's a prank, and he doesn't understand that we're joking. And he thinks that, like, you're actually dating us. And I was like, and that's when I started getting pissed off, whatever. And I was like, okay. What ended up happening is that right as soon as I dropped her, whatever, I was told her that I was gonna talk to Tony about it. I grabbed Tony, whatever, and I started about to talk to Tony. I mean, I started to try to talk to Tony, and Tony was saying like, oh, Traz's out here dating a 9-year-old. So I was like, excuse me. And when the prank got a little too far, I was like, Tony, we're just pranking you. I'm not dating anyone. I'm single. What's wrong with you? It's just a prank. And then that's when Tony's like, no, you're out here dating a 9-year-old. I was like, it's a prank, and Lemon's not 9 years old. What's wrong with you? And at the time, me, Lemon, and Brooklyn, we all was saying she's 13, but at the time we didn't know she was 14. We thought she was 13, about to be 14 in December, but we got the birthday wrong. But yeah, anyway, so while that was going on, whatever the heck it is that was going on, and people were getting so furious because they heard Tony saying that I'm out here dating 9-year-olds. So then, like when I was trying to tell Tony it's a prank and stuff, a couple of people budge in, whatever, and start attacking me. He's like, "Nah, you're a weirdo. You're a creep." I was like, "Oh, excuse me." Who are you guys? And that's when he's like we are nobody, but we would like to get rid of pedophiles like you. So you're out here dating a 9-year-old, huh? And that's when I started getting attached. Like, oh, I ain't dating no 9-year-old. I'm not no and stuff. And that's what Tony's like, yeah, he's dating Limelight with a 9-year-old and stuff. And then that's when I started telling him, I was like, well, first off, she's not even 9, she's 13. Secondly, I'm not dating her. And then that's what like everyone else was saying like I'm not dating her. Even like Mini Me, KK, everyone else was trying to tell Tony that I'm not dating Limelight, I'm not dating Brooklyn. But for some odd reason, like he didn't really think about me, Brooklyn. He only thought about me and Lemon. And that's when he got pissed off, whatever. On the fourth day of us doing the prank, for some odd reason, Cam was coming around. I was trying to be friends with Cam, but then Tony was like, "Hey, don't be friends with this guy. This guy's a weirdo. He's a creep." And I didn't know that Tony and Cam were like really good friends. So what happening is that Cam was like, "Huh? What's going on, Tony?" And he's like, "He's out here dating Lemon Lime." And at first, Cam didn't know what the problem was. He was like, "She's 13, gonna be 14. I don't see the problem." And it's like, "She's 9 years old." It's like, "Wait, she's 9? How do you know?" He's like, "I've been friends with her for years. I know she's 9." And then that's when Cam got a bit angry. He's like, "Nah, let me go grab this guy." So he started grabbing me. He's like, "So you're out here dating Lemon Lime, huh?" I was like, "No, I'm not dating her." And he's like, "No, tell me the truth, Zay. I know when you're lying. Are you dating Lemon Lime?" And I told her the truth. I was like, "No, I'm not dating Lemon Lime." And then that's when she started frozen. She's like, "You are dating Lemon Lime. I could tell in your voice and stuff." And she's like pissed off, whatever. And that's when I was like, "What do you mean you tell by in my voice? I'm not dating Lemon Lime." And for some odd reason, she insisted that I'm like dating Lemon Lime when I'm not dating Lemon Lime. She just cannot get that thought out of her head that I'm not dating Lemon Lime. So while that was going off, okay, I was basically, what was I saying to Brooklyn and Lemon, saying, we're cooked. There's no way we can do this now. And that's when they're like, what? And I told him, I was like, Cam is my ex best friend. She's a different person. She's a bit feisty. The difference between Tony versus her is Tony has no power. He doesn't know what he's doing. Cam, on the other hand, she gets what she wants, and if she wants me banned, she's gonna get me banned. Newsflash: I got permanently banned. So much so to where both my phones got banned, and also my PC got hardware banned, which forced me to spend another $2,500 from my own bank account just to buy another PC. But yeah, anyway, so while that was going off, okay, I was trying to tell Cam that I was even get to the point where I was begging. I was like, please listen to me. I'm not dating Lemon. Oh, so yeah, then within a week to a prank, whatever, what ended up happening is Tony decided to be like, all right, Zay, sorry for what happened, sorry for messing up your life. We're cool, right? We're cool. And I was like, what do you mean you're cool? You had a chance to get me banned. And that's when he started saying, like, I'm sorry, it's just that I was a bit jealous and everything. You know, if you're dating Lemline or best friend with Lemline, I don't really care what you do with Lemline anymore. I'm sorry for messing up your life. And at first, I was like, thank you, appreciate it, whatever. And then that's when he started talking about, he's like, so, are you actually dating somebody? And I was like, no, I'm not dating anybody. I'm actually single. And he was like, wait, really? I thought you were dating them. I was like, no, unfortunately, I'm not dating anyone. I'm actually single. But I like to prefer being single because that means I won't have to, spend money on anybody or not have to waste my time or nothing. I prefer being by myself because I'm more happier being by myself. Even now, as I'm editing this, I prefer being single because I'm way happier being single than dating one. If you couldn't tell, I'm actually single right now as I speak. But basically, while that is going on, okay, that's when he's like, "Oh, cool, cool, cool." He started talking about my past, and he's like, "So how was your last relationship?" Because believe it or not, my last relationship, whatever, was like very, very terrible. And what happens, I told him about my relationship, how, like, for an example, the first girlfriend that I had, which is Darling at the time, she changed her name, but at the time, Darling, basically what ended up happening is that she thought I was cheating on her. So she broke up with me originally because she thought I was cheating on her. And then that, like, later on, what we see that happen is that it was like me cheating or nothing. It was literally just like Natalie. I was like hanging out with Natalie, whatever the heck it is. And then I guess Natalie's boyfriend at the time, King, whatever, was like out here cheating. Well, at least from what I was told. But later on, turns out that this King, where unlike Yossi's King that I made a video about, my King,
I beg your pardon?
my King, pause, Natalie's King, basically, like, he didn't cheat. He just stopped catching feelings for Natalie, and his cover-up story was, I cheated on you with another girl. Now, the girl that he lied about and said that I cheated on Natalie with, I will say that apparently they did, like, after that whole situation, they did, like, start dating, like, a couple of weeks later, and apparently it only lasted, like, a couple of months before they broke up. Back to the story of, like, my story. So, basically, I was out here talking about the whole cheating situation, how the first girlfriend thought that I cheated on her, and how now they had to deal with another cheating situation. Which keep that in mind in your head. Cheating, the word. So then he started asking me about some other stuff. Like, for an example, like, he's asking, it's like, since you're single and all, who do you like, whatever. And I was like, what do you mean, who do I like? I like no one. I actually don't love anyone. I prefer being myself. It's like, no, that's not what I meant. Like, are you gay? Are you straight? Like, what are you? And I was like, I'm bi. I like both genders. I like boys and girls. And that's when I was like, oh, okay, okay. And like, what happening is, like, after that, me and him continued talking because I thought we were chill. I thought we were becoming like homies. But then turns out, like, a couple hours later, he edited my clips to make it sound weird. And not only that, but he also like misword my thing, right? Because, like, when I say I like boys and girls, he made it seem like I say I like little boys and little girls, and now I'm like some pedophile. I was like, whoa, Tony, I didn't say any of that. I said I like girls and boys. I didn't say I like little boys and little girls. What's wrong with you? He was twisting my own words, and not to mention he was out here telling people that I was cheating on Lemon Lime. And I was like, I'm not dating anyone, and I'm not dating Lemon Lime. I never cheated on her once. How can I cheat on Lemon Lime if I didn't date her once? And they're like continuously trying. I don't know what's up with Tony's problem, other than him. So then, like, I was getting so beyond pissed. So that's when I told Lemon, I was like, sorry, but I don't want to be friends with you anymore because of him. She was like, no, please, you're the best friend I had. I was like, I know, but Tony's causing problems. And then that's when I started hanging out with Brooklyn a little bit more. And that's when a couple of my friends told me, he's like, thought I'd give you a heads up. You know, Tony likes Brooklyn as well. That's when I was like, excuse me. And that's when I told Brooklyn, I was like, Brooklyn, Tony likes you. And that's when Brooklyn's like, yeah, I know he likes me. It's like, so why you want to hang out with me? He's like, well, you're a nice guy. I love hanging out with you. You're amazing. So I was like, yeah, but Tony is going to try to get me banned. Don't you see that's a problem? He's like, yeah, I know, but he's not going to do anything. So I started hanging out with Brooklyn and stuff. And then next and later, that's when Cam straight up was grabbing me in Brooklyn, whatever, into the sky and was asking if I'm dating Brooklyn and stuff. I was like, well, we're just hanging out. We're not even dating. And then that's when they decided to put their two brains together and be like, "Oh my goodness, you guys are dating." And I was like, "No, we're not dating." And then that's when like they started doing that to me in Brooklyn. So history repeats itself. And that's when I stopped hanging out with Brooklyn. So I was like, "Okay, I'm just gonna stop hanging out with Lemline and Brooklyn because clearly it's not working." So then I started to play Neighbors by myself that one day, and then next and later I see this like random girl, whatever. She was actually young for once. They actually a minor, like around 10 years old or under. And so I was talking to her and she's like, "Oh, can you invite me to a party?" So I was like, sure, why not?" So it was just me and her, and I was waiting for my friends to go on because I was inviting my friends. Tony was on, so I was like, fuck it. So I invited him, whatever. And he goes like, "Of course you have a kid in your party. Once a pedophile, always a pedophile." I was like, "It's not like that, Tony. I don't know her. We just met today." So I'm not sure. Are you dating this little girl? Are you trying to touch her? I was like, "Excuse me." And then that's when you start asking the little girls, like, "Hey, yo, little girl, blink twice if he's trying to do things with you, or if you guys are dating or some shit." I don't know what the heck he was doing. I forgot exactly what he said, but he was trying to like figure out if I'm dating her. And that's when I keep telling Tony, I was like, "Tony, back off, buddy. I'm not dating anyone. Can you just stop it, please? It's annoying." And then it gets to the point to where straight up where I hang out, where I do, if I do anything, like if I'm by myself, he goes out telling people like that I'm out here trying to talk to little boys and girls, and I was trying to do things with them. And that not only that, but apparently my outfit is really good at the kids, my butterfly outfit, and I'm trying to seduce kids and stuff like that. It's like, Tony, please, bro, knock it off. He was continuously being on my buns about it. He's like, yo, and that's when I snapped at him. I was like, yo, Tony, can you kindly fuck off? And I was like cussing him out. I was like, I have done nothing to you, and you've been nothing but an asshole to me for no reason. Like, can you just respect me, whatever, and treat me like a normal human being? I'm not even out here fucking dating Lemline, but yet you're out here saying I'm dating her, and then I'm not even dating Brooklyn, and you're out here saying I'm dating Brooklyn, and now you're saying I'm out here dating these kids or trying to touch these kids. Like, can I not fucking live? Like, I'm just trying to be happy, and this guy comes out here being like, "Oh yeah, he's dating kids," with no proof, by the way. While that was going on, and it's getting beyond pissed off, whatever. And that's when Cam starts doing his own way because she had a boyfriend at the time, and she was like out here being like, "Oh, you know what? I have an idea." And her idea on quote unquote catching me is basically just straight up being like, "Hey, I'm just go fake flirt with Trash Day," which it has this whole big popular thing, whatever the heck it is, where she was like basically, in a way, saying it is when she was out here saying how she loves me, whatever, which felt weird, by the way, ever hear now Cam's mouth, that she has feelings for me, and she was trying to like do 18 plus with me on Roblox, whatever, have my mic on and stuff. And at the time, I didn't feel too comfortable. I was like, I'm good. I don't want to do any of that. And she was continuously begging and stuff, saying please. And I was like, no. And he's like, why are you doing this to me? Why are you being like that? And I was like, I don't feel comfortable. And for the entire time, I was saying how like I feel like it's a trap, whatever, and how she's acting weird. And that's when she's like, are we gonna do it or not and stuff? And she's acting a bit weird, making me feel uncomfortable and stuff. And that's when I started to tell her, I was like, I don't like this. Can you please stop? And I was trying to tell her I was feeling comfortable, and she wouldn't care. So one thing led to another. Basically, what proceeds to happen next is that I started to give up, and I was like, if I say yes, will you like leave me alone? And then she said, yeah, I'll leave you alone. I'll let you be with your friends. And that's when I was like, okay. yes, I'll be your girlfriend. Because for some odd reason, she was trying to be my girlfriend, right? So I was like, yes, I'll be your girlfriend, I guess. And then she's trying to act like she won. So, hey, I got that on camera, stupid. And I was like, okay, so what? You ain't shit. Whatever. I was also recording as well. And that's when I started losing my mind. And I was like, hey, I can't do this anymore. I can't. And that's when I started to lose it, whatever, and that's when like Ali and the rest started to realize that I've been acting a bit different. I am not acting like I normally would, and then this is where it got to my breaking point. I was starting to give up. I was like, you know what? They're right. I guess they've always been right. And it's like, excuse me. And it's like, you know, if they say I like kids, I like kids. If they say I'm dating them, I'm dating them. You know, they're always right. My opinion doesn't matter, anyways. They're always right. They've been right from the start. And that's when a couple of my friends felt bad now. I was like, he's like, okay, now I actually feel bad for Zay. Even a couple of people that was on Tony's side starting to feel bad for me because I was trying my best to defend myself, and then Tony and them keeps on consisting that I'm actually like dating. Got to the point where even a couple of people that was on Tony's side decided to hear me out. And it's like, can you tell me your side of the story? So I told them everything, and that's when they started defending me, whatever the heck it was. And while that was going on, I was getting a bit sad, whatever, and paranoid that I would never be free again because for some odd reason they like to insist that I'm like out here doing some devious stuff to kids when that's not even true and that's not what I'm doing at all. So yeah, and then that's when Cam decided, oh, you know what I'm gonna start doing? I'm gonna start abusing the radio system that they have because believe it or not, on Neighbors, at the time they had this like radio thing you have. I'll see if I have the picture on the screen. I'll try to see if I have some old recordings I can use. But this thing right here, like you would see it, the thing on the radio, and basically you can pay for it and buy it, and when you buy it, it'll give you a certain time limit. If I remember correctly, I think you can buy it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and 30 minutes. Okay, and when you buy it, the radio will connect to every single house, meaning that the whole lobby can hear you unless they're like in the connecting screen or if they're like in the tile screen. So yeah, and what happened is that Cam would use that, would buy that, and would start telling everyone to report my account, or whatever, and that I was out here dating on minor stuff, falsely accusing me of some crimes that I didn't even do. And rather than them being like, oh yeah, you know, let me just hear Travis out or let me just see like what he has to say, instead of doing that, they decide to straight up just be like, oh yeah, Travis doesn't deserve any Travis doesn't deserve happiness, whatever. We're just gonna like, lie on his name and continue lying. And that's when it's starting to bug me. I was like, please, I ain't doing anything to y'all. Why are you doing this to me? They were continuously like out here ruining my life. And it gets to the point to where I was already feeling suicidal before this whole incident happened, and I was already getting death threats beforehand, but they were just making it worse, and the voices in my head, and then my depression and stuff, and everything was just getting a lot worse, even to the point to where my friend starts to realize that my mental state is getting worse. And one of my OG friends that used to save me 24/7 from killing myself, even she's starting to realize that I'm getting close on going to the edge. And believe it or not, I was thinking about actually killing myself a couple of times during the time because I didn't want to do this anymore. I wanted to be free. I wanted to escape. So I was thinking if I were to kill myself, you know, maybe for once I'll actually be free. So there's a couple of times where I did cut myself and try to kill myself, but my family would also catch me trying to kill myself and stop me before it even goes to that far. So yeah, and what ended up happening is that during the time, okay, that's when Tony and Cam both would come up to me, whatever, and said, "Do not talk to me, you weird. You're out here liking a 9-year old, dating a 9-year old. I don't want to be associated with you." And that they said they give up on getting my account banned. But I guess during the time when they said that, I was happy, so I bought $100 for Robux, and I decided to spend it all in one day. So I bought every single Game Pass on Neighbors, and I was gonna celebrate. I mean, look at this image right here. This is literally like my house and stuff. I was just joking around with my friends and stuff, you know, saying how this is like, oh, sorry, you know, I was downloading Minecraft and I missing texture pack, you know.
In the game with a
What the hell is
Nice, I get my house back.
I can't see
Yeah,
anything.
I love my house.
Oh,
I got my house back. Let's go.
I cannot see anything with my eyes.
My house.
Bro, what the fuck?
like a Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Oh, my bad, my bad.
I literally spent all day just doing this.
It's so ugly in here.
Just like you, Tony.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It's ugly.
Just like you.
No, it's not, bro.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. DJ, come hang out with us. Tony, bro. Come on, Tony, bro.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. It reminds me if what's that one?
Yes, yes. Nice.
It reminds me of Five Nights at Freddy's. How the wall is. Kinda.
I was thinking of like Minecraft error screen. Not like error screen, but like missing texture packs. Minecraft texture packs. Was joking around with my friends and stuff, but then I got banned for no reason, so I was like, Tony and Cam won, which then required me to make this video right here. So I hope you guys enjoy this entire video, and please try to help me out. If you're a content creator, please make videos about me. I hate saying that. I hate saying like, subscribe and stuff, but for once, can you guys please like and subscribe this channel? I will try to give you guys constant updates about everything I have done. And with the folder thing, whatever, I'm gonna try to ghost most of my friends, and I'm hoping I can get it done by before the summer. So during the summer, you guys can actually blow this up, whatever. And actually, oddly enough, but what I'm gonna do is, you see this folder right here that I didn't show yet. That folder, the reason why I didn't show it during this entire video is because that is gonna that is either one, funny moments, or stuff like, for example, like this one right here. And actually, I'll play the exact audio out of this. But like, if you read the description, it's basically Tony out here saying that he likes Mini-Me, even though Mini-Me is 8 years old.
I'm dating Mini-Me.
And Tony is 38 years old. That's right. Tony was claiming to be 17, but then there's one recording where he claimed that he's 21 years old as well, and it turns out he wasn't 21. He wasn't even 17. He was 37 years old. Okay, so yeah, he's a 37-year-old predator out here liking a 14-year-old, and then rather than accepting defeat, he decided to accuse me of being a pred. Now don't worry, I already made a video about it and got him banned on Roblox, so he's no longer here with us. That sounded like he died. But anyways, he's no longer gonna play Roblox. At least I don't think he's playing Roblox. I haven't got any single report of him being back on Roblox. I haven't had a single person snitch to me about that and say that they found Tony. But yeah, it's just so dumb because I love my account and I love making people happy. I love making content, but they just took everything away. And actually, believe it or not, but due to this, they actually took away my ability of making money. Because believe it or not, at the time, I had some contract with a couple of people and a couple of content creators, and I was doing some deals behind the scenes. I was making money, but no one just wanted to be associated with a guy that is out here getting called a pedophile online. I mean, if you're a content creator yourself or just know one in person, would you rather be friends with somebody that is, one, a pedophile, or two, would you rather be friends with somebody that is clean and has no criminal history? You're going to be wanting to go be friends with somebody that has no criminal history. So while that was going on and everything, I was just getting so beyond angry because I was like, bro, they took everything away from me. My account, my contract, my friends. Like, I miss watching my friends. Like, imagine reading this and all this stuff. I'm missing every single person. And they took that away from me. And it was really sad. Like, I was crying for months upon months about my account being gone and stuff, and I even tried killing myself a couple of times due to them falsely accusing me of being a pedophile. So if you guys ever want to know what happens when you're falsely accused of someone of being a pedophile, just know you could push them too far to where they kill themselves. I mean, I literally almost was at the point where I was gonna kill myself. Luckily, I have some lovely friends. I also have some family that actually cares about me and was like out here worrying about my health. But yeah, without them, I would have probably been dead by now. I would have probably been here if it wasn't for my family and friends. So yeah, I owe my family and friends everything. Thank you guys for being here and sticking to my side and hearing everything out. Even my friends that are still with me to this day. Thank you for choosing me and thank you for listening to everything I had to say and not listening to the liars that's been manipulating you guys because I don't do anything. And even to this day, like I made like a couple videos because Ghosty and his boyfriend was out here making claims that I was out here being a predatory again now. And I was like, I'm not being a predator. I don't know why I said again. I was never being a pred in the first place. But like they're out here making claims that I was being a pred when I'm not. I just want this entire situation to stop. And I'm making this video not because oh yeah I just want my account back. I'm making this video so I can try to show people that I'm clean and that I'm not actually pred because I don't want to be marked as a pedophile forever for something I didn't even do. It's just dumb to think that I have to manly come out here to tell you guys this entire story. It's insane. So if you guys want, please blow this video up, make edits or whatever, do whatever the heck you want, please. I'm begging you. And if, like I said, if you guys make the hashtag SaveTZ or hashtag SaveTrageday, if you make that popular and you actually help me out, I will quite literally like and comment on your videos. I don't care what videos they are, I'll comment and like on any videos that you guys have made. Okay, so yeah, thank you guys for watching this video and I hope you guys can help me out. This is your guy Angel, signing out.